Today we're going to talk about these LED lights that the good folks at LOYO sent me for the Jeep XJ. So let's take a look. Let's get started. Okay, and the LED light kit here by LOYO, L-O-Y-O. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check these out for yourself. These are your 7 5x7 lights that go in the Jeep XJ or MJ or other vehicles of that era. You can see that right here. They show it on a semi truck. This comes with a pair of lights, and it says light with EMC. Now, what does EMC mean? So after looking that up, EMC means electromagnetic compatibility. And what that means is that this unit will not disturb any other equipment that may be in the vicinity that is sensitive to electromagnetic impulses. So also a couple of other features on these lights is that it has the anti-flicker circuit built in, so you don't have to buy that separately. 3,500 lumens, which is a 25 watt draw on low beam. The standard bulb, that halogen bulb in an XJ, I looked that up, draws about 35 watts, so this seems to be a little bit less. But they're also a little bit more on high beam. So anyhow, 50,000 hours lifespan, pretty long lifespan. Daytime running lights, it does come with that in this circle area, I think, or maybe, I think this is the daytime running light and that's the blinker. We're going to find out. 15 watt draw on that, and the turn signal, which are these, are a 5 watt draw. So let's open it up and take a look. In the box we get the wiring instructions. We will take a look at this in a minute, and let's take them out here. There we go. Looks like some type of wiring adapter there. Let's pull the actual bulb out. Okay. Okay, they are quite girthy, so they do feel good. A plastic lens. It does have the DOT Department of Transportation little insignia thing right there, and part number. And on the back you can see it has the cooling fins, a moisture release valve, and here are the connections. Usually the connections here, this is for your main lights, and this probably is for the turn signals and what have you. Okay, according to the owner's manual, the daytime running lights are one of these, and the turn signal is another. The funny thing is it does not tell you what color that it is. So let's see if it says it on here. High beam, low beam, ground. That is on the when to use the H4 connector. Anyhow, it tells you how to get rid of moisture and condensation. There's a vent valve here. It looks like you can remove the vent valve and so forth. Okay, so here we go. Turn signal. The daytime running lights are here. Low beam has the nice flat. We're going to check all this out. All right, first thing we're going to do is bench test it. So I've got my old trusty Radio Shack 12-volt power supply connected. So what we're going to do is the yellow is, according to the owner's manual here, is the low beam. So we are going to turn that on. So the low beam, it looks like it's illuminating this and the lower unit there. It is extremely bright, by the way. All right, now I've got it, the power connected to the red. That should be the high beam, and it now illuminates both the bottom and the top. It looks like everything's illuminated at this point. And I've got the power wire connected to the lower green one there. Let's see what that does. The lower green one is the turn signal. Now, one of the issues with the Jeep XJ and MJ is the depth of the headlight bucket. And you see this is pretty thick here and here, so this may give us a problem with that headlight bucket, but we're going to get them installed anyway. Now, one of the issues with the Jeep XJ and MJ is the depth of the headlight bucket. And you see This is pretty thick here and here, so this may give us a problem with that headlight bucket, but we're going to get them installed anyway. All right, this is a 2000 model XJ. So first thing we got to do is we got to take out these two Phillips screws on the headlight bezel area. All right, once you get those screws out, let's see, we don't want to lose them. This bezel should just lift right out. Oh. Okay, and then there's some little tabs right here that you gotta kind of go out and pull on. See, these right here, don't break these here and here. All right, once you get that out, you've got these retainer Phillips screws to take out. You've got 4, 2 and 2. So we're gonna go ahead and take these out. Okay, once you get all 4 of these out, be careful because your headlight's going to fall out. All right, so let's see. Come on. Okay, so got the ring off. And this headlight should come right out. So I'm going to show you something. So once you get the headlight where you can reach the connector plug, you've got to take this plug and pull it off. Now this one came off pretty easy because I have lubed this up a couple of years ago with some dielectric grease, but you may not be so lucky on that with yours, so just be careful for that. Okay, so here comes the moment of truth. The thickness of these aftermarket LED lights sometimes are an issue. You see how the OEM ones, they taper down at a sharp angle here. These kind of roll down, you see, and they go up and then over. This one pretty much goes straight. So this is usually where the problem is on inside of the little aluminum housing. Let's check it out. So I'm going to test fit this to see if this will go into that housing, and it does. So this unit here is much better than the last one that I tested that would not go into this housing. This one fits really good in there, so I think it's a win on this one. So while you are at it and you have the ability to get to those electronics, I am going to clean these connectors with this electronic cleaner, and I'm going to put a little dielectric grease on there. It will make removing it for the next person, or even for me in the future, a lot easier. Okay, now you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision whether or not you want to hook up these front turn signal lights. I'm not going to do that, although it would be fairly easy. In order to do that on an XJ, you would have to take this front, you have to splice into one of these wires on one of these bulbs and splice it into that. You can also splice in the daytime running lights. I'm not interested in that on this, but it seems like it would be a cool option if that is the kind of thing you're into. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and plug in this. It is a plug and play. I shouldn't have to do anything other than plug it in, I hope. See, plugs in really easy. Okay, this is plugged in to the factory wiring harness. I will leave these unconnected, but these are the ones that you would connect if you were to use the turn signal option. You would have to splice into those wires in there. And the install procedure is a reverse. You will need to tuck these wires back up in there and get this light set up in there so it will the wiring harness. One more thing, this is a like the look of a Ford Bronco. If you take a look, and I'll try to put a picture right here of what a Ford Bronco looks like. The Ford Bronco has like a little circular thing and this right here. So pretty interesting take. Then you just take and screw your retention ring back on. Okay, we've got the retention light in. And again, I'll say it again, unlike the other lights I have tested in the past, these fit without any modification. They fit nice in the headlight bucket. So other ones you would have to cut the headlight bucket in order to get the cooling fins to fit. This one you didn't have to do any of that. Now before I put the bezel on, I'm going to go turn the headlight switch on to make sure that it works. On the low beam, the bottom one should illuminate. Let's check. Okay, there we go. All right, so remember these little pieces here, make sure you get them in the grooves. And then we'll put our screws back in. All right, there's the look. Installed, not installed. Let's go see what they look like when they are turned on. All right, so turned on low beam, standard low beam, high beam, standard high beam. Now, I'm going to have to show you at night so you can see the difference. I'll put a picture of what both of them were when I had them, the original ones, shining against the shed, and then I'll put a picture of the new one shining against the shed. Let me go ahead and get this one changed. All right, here's the XJ with both of them installed. Interesting look. I'll have to wait till tonight to see what how they perform in the darkness, and then I'll give you my opinion. Okay, these are going to be the stock units there. You will see where the light cutoff line is. So let's get out and see what they look like outside. Again, the stock units. All right, let's go put the new ones in. All right, so there's the cutoff line. You can see it's got a definite cutoff line. These things are a lot brighter than those factory halogen seal beams. In fact, the film doesn't do it justice. So anyhow, let me show you what they look like from the outside. Oh, by the way, this is high beam and regular standard beam. It's really hard to see them in the film. In the film it looks completely bright, but if it's not the film, you would see the circular headlights. Well, I've been running these lights for a few days now. I really like them. They're extremely bright. So I think these are a pretty good value. Again, they're a direct plug and play. They work great. They fit really good in the XJ or MJ housing, which some of the other lights, aftermarket lights you find out there, just do not work well. They don't fit, thus requiring modification. So hope this helps y'all make a great and informed buying decision. Y'all have a great day.